Welcome to U.S. Citizenship Test practice. Join our WhatsApp group. The link is given in description. Let's begin. Question 1. What is the highest court in the United States? Answer: the Supreme Court. Question 2. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Answer: freed the slaves. Question 3. Who appoints federal judges? Answer: the President. Question 4. What is the economic system of the United States? Answer: capitalism. Question 5. How many U.S. senators are there? Answer: 100. Question 6. What founding document was written in 1787? Answer: the U.S. Constitution. Question 7. What is one way Americans can serve their country? Answer: vote. Question 8. Who signs bills to become laws? Answer: the President. Question 9. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Answer: Louisiana. Question 10. What is Veterans Day? Answer: a holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. Question 11. What is the supreme law of the land? Answer: the U.S. Constitution. Question 12. How are changes made to the Constitution? Answer: amendments. Question 13. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? Answer: the Senate and House of Representatives. Question 14. What is the form of government of the United States? Answer: republic. Question 15. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Answer: Africans. Question 16. What are two examples of civic participation? Answer: vote and run for office. Question 17. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Answer: because there are 50 states. Question 18. How many senators does each state have? Answer: 2. Question 19. What part of the federal government writes laws? Answer: Congress. Question 20. Who elects U.S. senators? Answer: citizens from their state. Question 21. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Answer: freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion. Question 22. What is Memorial Day? Answer: a holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. Question 23. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? Answer: the President. Question 24. What is one power of Congress? Answer: writes laws. Question 25. What is one power of the President? Answer: signs bills into law. Question 26. If the President can no longer serve, who becomes President? Answer: the Vice President. Question 27. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States are U.S. citizens? Answer: the 14th Amendment. Question 28. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? Answer: powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or the people. Question 29. What does the President's cabinet do? Answer. Advises the President. Question 30. Who vetoes bills? Answer. The President. Question 31. What does the Bill of Rights protect? Answer. The basic rights of Americans. Question 32. How long is the term for a member of the House of Representatives? Answer. 2 years. Question 33. How long is the term for a U.S. Senator? Answer. 6 years. Question 34. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? Answer. 4 years. Question 35. Why does each state have 2 senators? Answer. Equal representation. Question 36. Some states have more representatives than others. Why? Answer. Because they have more people. Question 37. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? Answer. Citizens of their state. Question 38. Who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? Answer. Citizens in their district. Question 39. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Answer. Citizens in their district. Question 40. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? Answer. 435. Question 41. What is one power only the federal government has? Answer. Print paper money. Question 42. What is one power only the states have? Answer. Give a driver's license. Question 43. What is one part of the judicial branch? Answer. The Supreme Court. Question 44. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? Answer. 9. Question 45. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? Answer. 5. Question 46. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? Answer. For life. Question 47. Why do Supreme Court justices serve for life? Answer. To be independent of politics. Question 48. What does the judicial branch do? Answer. Reviews laws. Question 49. Name the 3 branches of government. Answer. Congress, President, and the courts. Question 50. Why are there 3 branches of government? Answer. Checks and balances. Question 51. What is the rule of law? Answer. Everyone must follow the law. Question 52. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Answer. The United States. Question 53. How can people become United States citizens? Answer. Naturalize. Question 54. Name 2 promises new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. Answer. Obey the laws of the United States and be loyal to the United States. Question 55. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Answer. Required by law. Question 56. Why is it important for men ages 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service? Answer. Required by law. Question 57. What are 2 important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution? Answer. Liberty and equality. Question 58. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what document? Answer: the Declaration of Independence. Question 59. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? Answer: it says all people are created equal. Question 60. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? Answer: the Declaration of Independence. Question 61. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? Answer: July 4, 1776. Question 62. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Answer: Thomas Jefferson. Question 63. What does "we the people" mean? Answer: self-government. Question 64. Name one document that influenced the Constitution. Answer: the Declaration of Independence. Question 65. Why is the Electoral College important? Answer: it decides who is elected president. Question 66. What is Independence Day? Answer: the country's birthday. Question 67. What is the capital of the United States? Answer: Washington, D.C. Question 68. Where is the Statue of Liberty? Answer: New York. Question 69. Who lived in America before Europeans arrived? Answer: Native Americans. Question 70. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Answer: Crow. Question 71. Why did the colonists come to America? Answer: freedom. Question 72. Name one reason the Americans declared independence from Britain. Answer: high taxes. Question 73. What war did Americans fight to win independence from Britain? Answer: the American Revolution. Question 74. Name one important event of the American Revolution. Answer: the Declaration of Independence. Question 75. Name one example of an American innovation. Answer: the light bulb. Question 76. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: father of our country. Question 77. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: writer of the Declaration of Independence. Question 78. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: U.S. diplomat. Question 79. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Question 80. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Question 81. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: freed the slaves. Question 82. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: fought for civil rights. Question 83. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. Answer: general during World War II. Question 84. What was the Civil War? Answer: The war between the North and the South. Question 85. Name one important event of the Civil War. Answer. Lincoln was assassinated. Question 86. What U.S. war ended slavery? Answer. The Civil War. Question 87. What did the Civil Rights Movement do? Answer. Fought to end racial discrimination. Question 88. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Answer. Communism. Question 89. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Answer. Russia. Question 90. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? Answer. To stop the spread of communism. Question 91. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? Answer. To stop the spread of communism. Question 92. Why did the United States enter World War I? Answer. To support the Allied powers. Question 93. Why did the United States enter World War II? Answer. To support the Allied powers. Question 94. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? Answer. To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. Question 95. Name one U.S. military conflict after September 11, 2001. Answer. War in Iraq. Question 96. What major event happened on September 11, 2001? Answer. Terrorists attacked the United States. Question 97. When did all men get the right to vote? Answer. After the Civil War. Question 98. When did all women get the right to vote? Answer. After World War I. Question 99. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? Answer. 27. Question 100. What is the name of the national anthem? Answer. The Star-Spangled Banner. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest U.S. citizenship test practice and updates. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.